welcome back to Belly Acres Kitchen. All right, so it's supper time. It's later than supper time for some people. It is 6:38 p.m. and I'm just now getting started. Actually doing supper a little bit early for this time of year because normally we get outside and we don't come in until dark. But I knew I wanted to do this for supper, so I didn't stay out too long. I did get a couple of things transplanted in the greenhouse. It's my happy place. But I'll have to do another video on that kind of stuff later when I got some more stuff to show you guys on the gardening side. But let's make some supper tonight. It is a weeknight. It is Thursday, April 10th. So tomorrow is Michelle's birthday. Whoop, whoop. And it would have been my dad's birthday as well. So here we go. Tonight we're going to make some tacos. But here's the funny thing about tacos. Sometimes my students, I'll ask them, what did you have for supper? And they'll say, tacos. And then I say, what kind? And they look at me like, Miss Rachel, what are you talking about? Tacos. Like, no. There are a million kinds of tacos. And I forget sometimes that just because we make a million different kinds of tacos, that, somebody else doesn't. So tacos are tacos, right? I don't make the hard shell tacos very often. Just not really my thing. I do like them, but just not my thing. But you guys, tonight we are going to make some papas and chorizo tacos. Problem is I don't have any chorizo in the fridge, but we're going to make some pan chorizo. So I'll kind of show you how to do that. I've done a couple of videos on how to make homemade chorizo that my mom did the video, and it is so good. I'll have to link that below. It was actually on Robertson's Belly Acres, but it's in that playlist. So that is a recipe that has been passed down from her dad, so my grandpa, and she taught me how to do it, but we don't have the time for that one because we don't have 3 days for it to cure. But pretty much we can do the pan chorizo anyway. It's the same thing. It just you don't have the cure time in it. I am throwing potato peels all over the floor. I've got them, Mama. I'm just about done. No, that's okay. We have been working diligently on Mama's house every evening. Today we got home and it was like we had to get some things done in the garden, so we didn't work on it. Mama worked on it during the day. I mean, she did some painting and stuff while we were at school. Rusty subbed today, so he came to work with me. And when we got home, I knew I wanted to do something for supper. Yesterday, I did a really quick, easy Instapot meal. The day before, we had leftovers because I had made some Dorito chicken casserole the night before, and so we had leftovers. So it's been some really quick, easy meals. Tonight I wanted to make something a little different. It's still quick and easy. I mean, it's easy. It may not be as quick, but All right, so I am going to, normally I would do papas con chorizo fried potatoes, but I saw a TikTok video. Her name is Vanessa. I need to put her handle down below. I've seen her on TikTok a few times, and she made some papas con chorizo tacos, but she made them by boiling her potatoes, so that intrigued me, so I wanted to try that. Now I do want these to boil quickly and be done quickly, so I am dicing them smaller. The trick is to have all your potatoes about the same size. You don't want big, huge chunks along with little bitty chunks because it won't all cook at the same time. It will, it won't cook together. You'll have some that are overcooked and some that aren't cooked enough, and so just try to get your pieces pretty close to the same. I'll show you with these next 4. Put those right in there. Let me show you what these next 4. All right. So, I was going to show you guys with one. Okay. So I just cut them in half, and then I cut all of the little slices about the same, and then just chop those up. So all of my pieces are about the same size. I didn't do that one quite right, so kind of move that one out of the way. There are going to be some bigger pieces here, but so I just cut them thinner. Now the reason I'm cutting them so small is I want them to cook quickly because the hamburger will go pretty fast. All right, I'm going to dump that in there, put a little bit of salt in it, and then they're all about the same size. There might be a couple of, some of them just look like they're bigger because they're still stuck together. See how they're all about the same size. All right, I'm going to put some water in that, put that to boil. All right, I am using my rock crock. I haven't used that in a minute, but I'm going to let those boil. Actually, I'm going to put a lid on it. That's not the right lid. It'll work. So let's go ahead and start making our pan chorizo. It's only 1 pound of hamburger because I don't need to make a whole lot. So 1 pound of hamburger. All right, so here's what I'm going to put in my chorizo. We're just going to do some salt and some pepper, of course. Then I'm going to do some onion powder. And then I'm going to do a little bit of garlic. I'm going to do some cumin. I did about half a teaspoon of garlic, half a teaspoon of cumin. That's probably a little more than half, just because that spoon is big. All right, so then we're going to do some chili powder. So I've got a tablespoon here. You've been following for as long as Mom's told us how to make chorizo. You know it's got to be red, but not too red. Wet, but not too wet. When I called Mama to find out the recipe. You smell it? Rusty's over there like, oh, I smell chorizo. All right, so look at that. It needs some more chili powder because it's not red enough. All right, now remember, this is going to get a little spicy if your chili powder's spicy. All right. You want it really mixed good. That's so much better. All right, so look at this flavor. Look at this flavor. Yeah, that's a lot of flavor. Look at this color. So now here's the trick. What you're going to do, take a little bit of white distilled vinegar. You're going to pour that right in. Now normally you would let this sit for 3 days, but we don't have 3 days. So we're just going to cover it and let it set while we get some other stuff made. Just so it kind of melds together. That's beautiful. So look at the consistency of this. It's like if you're going to make meatballs or something. Oh yeah, I can smell it. It smells great. All right. So I'm going to, that's beautiful. You know, it's really good when it starts to stain everything. It's like, oh yeah. You know, I've been watching TikToks where they're staining eggs using natural things like onion peels and stuff. I wonder if you put chili powder and vinegar, how pretty that color would be. They'd be spicy. You wouldn't want the kids to have them, but I bet they'd be beautiful. Okay, so see how this is wet, but not too wet? Like nothing's dripping from it. You don't want anything dripping. And they're like the consistency to make meatballs. I would say I probably put about 1/4 cup of vinegar. See, and then whenever we press it down, let's press it down a little. See? Just good consistency. Okay, so I'm going to cover this up, and I'm going to let this set while I get everything else made. And that, my friends, is pan chorizo. It's just thrown together and let it set. Okay, so let's do the next thing. We're going to need a couple of things here. First of all, we're going to need a little bit of onion to go in that chorizo whenever it's cooked. So I'm going to go ahead and chop up, just dice up an onion. So it'll just be half of an onion. I'm only going to put half in there. So Russ and I used to make food and sell it back in the day. And our papas and chorizo tacos were always big sellers. They weren't like this, so we would make basically burritos is what we would make with flour tortillas. Just because, one, they're easier to make, and two, easier to distribute, right? So, but they were one of our big sellers. All right. So, whoa, Rachel. Those are going to go in that. So I'm going to set that aside. They will go in the chorizo in a little bit. All right. I'm also going to make some not pico de gallo. I'm going to make some guac. Now, the way I make guac is I make chunky guac. It's almost like a salad. People are like, is this really guac or is this a avocado salad? It has all the components of guac. All right. Beautiful red onion here.
Both them two men and his dog, should have just ate them all.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy with that added flavor. When I couldn't smell nothing until I got over there, it's like, oh yeah.
And I hadn't even put the vinegar in it yet. It was just the seasonings.
Mm-hmm. Quick chorizo.
It's already made. I just got to cook it. But I'm letting all of those flavors.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so half of a red onion. We're going to start with 2 jalapenos. It's hit or miss with jalapenos from the store. Sometimes you get picoso, like lots of heat, and sometimes they don't taste like anything. They taste like bell peppers. So I do like to make guac with serranos in it just because it's spicier, but I don't have any serranos. And these jalapenos need to get eaten. These are a bit chunkier. This is a bit chunkier than like pieces of jalapeno, but the 3 of us, we really like chunky, spicy guac. I mean, Mom can't really have it anymore, but she'll sneak a little flavor here and there. I leave the seeds in. So you guys can. All right, so half of a red onion, 2 jalapenos chopped up. I'm going to do some tomatoes. I'll probably do 3, maybe 4. It just kind of depends. Oh. Now I don't take the stem side out of that unless it's big. A lot of times with your Roma tomatoes, you don't have a very big stem side, and so I don't worry about it too much. But if it's this big, massive thing, there's also hardly any core in Roma tomatoes, so I don't have to worry about that. Now, if I'm cutting and I notice either a big stem site like that where it's a little bit hard and a core, a bigger core, I'll pull them out. Those are a couple of the reasons why we prefer the Romas. See, like that right there. I'll pull that one out. It's not very big, but it had a little bit of a core on it, see? But the Roma tomatoes, there's a couple of reasons why I prefer Roma tomatoes over slicer tomatoes when I'm doing these kinds of things. Well, one, a Roma tomato is automatically a salad tomato anyway. I mean, just because it's a smaller tomato. But one, they are sweeter normally, typically. Sweeter, not such a big core in them or stem site, and they're cheaper. Normally they're cheaper, so that's the big one. All right, so we have half of a red onion, 2 jalapenos, 3 Roma tomatoes. This is just so far, so we're going to see what happens. I had got the cilantro out because I was going to make a salsa, and then at the last minute decided to make guac. So I probably won't put the cilantro in it because we don't really like, I like cilantro if it's cooked in, like a salsa or something, but I don't like it just. I'm going to leave this one out. This one's not ripe enough, but it'll probably be ripe by tomorrow, and then maybe Mom can have some avocado toast in the morning or something. All right, my potatoes are boiling good. All right, one of the ways to tell if an avocado is ripe. So you want it to be tender, but not squishy. And then the little stem here, if it will just pop right off. Do you see that? Usually that's a good indicator. Right here, see this? See if we can do it. We'll pull it this way. See how it just, there's no resistance to it whatsoever. Now if it's too, see that one doesn't have one. If it is too squishy, then you don't want it. There we go, here we go. Sorry you guys, I got a new tripod and it's very, very sensitive. So like even just with the attic fan going, it's kind of swaying. Hopefully it's not swaying too much. If anybody walks by, it kind of goes crazy, so just bear with me. All right, so beautiful. It's beautiful. That one is perfect. Let me show you on the other one that's not ready what I'm talking about with the stem. Another beautiful one. Cut through these real quick. These are all perfect. And one more. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. All right, so the one that's not quite ready yet, it's still pretty, sorry. It's still pretty hard. Like, it's not tender. It doesn't squish in. And then that little stem is not even up yet. It'll kind of pop up, and then it'll be easy to pull off. Let's get these pitted. Is it pitted or de-pitted? That one will just pop out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and dice it up inside the hole here. So I'm not cutting all the way through the hole. I'm only cutting through the avocado, and then I'm just cutting it in a grid-like pattern. Would I lie to you? Would I lie to you, honey? Either way is what? Rusty, look that up for me. It can be pitted or de-pitted. It's interchangeable. Both ways is right. Mama and Rusty are watching Gunsmoke, and this guy just said something about, would I lie to you? And then that made me sing a song because I have ADHD. All right, so my life is lyrics. Oh, there's a little onion in there. All right, so the reason I do that is so then that way, when I get ready to put them in here, I just take my spoon, and then and it's already diced. Dun, dun, dun. I don't like my guac to be mushy. I like it to be chunky. I'm just not real big on the consistency of mushy guac. Now I will eat it, but I really like it like this. So I taught my daughter how to make this. She's going to kill me. She won't because she never watches my channel. I taught my daughter how to make this, and just the way I make it. And so then she was supposed to make it for school because she works at the school also. And she was supposed to make it for her people at her school, and she didn't have time. She was getting the kids ready for their school, and she asked Josh to cut everything up, her husband Josh, to cut everything up for her. And Josh is one heck of a cook. He's just really good in the kitchen. And he made it, and it was amazing. And then she called me, and she was so upset. She's like, everybody loved his guac, and so now he's just bragging and bragging. And I'm like, hey, you need to foster that. You need to say, oh, he makes the best guac. All right, you guys, let's come over here. Let's look at these taters. Where's my, So, it's still boiling. I had turned it down a little because it was going way too fast. But look at that, they're just falling apart. I am going to go ahead and shut that off and drain those. All right, I'm going to leave that right there and put the lid back on it so then that way it doesn't get too cool. Half of an onion, a red onion. It can be yellow onion if you want, but I like the red. Half of a red onion, 2 full jalapeños, 3 Roma tomatoes. I don't remember how many. I think it was 5. 5 avocados. All right. We got to get it all mixed up. And then 1 whole lime. The whole thing. This is a little lime. Limes have gotten so expensive, but the other day I about had a whole heart attack. We went to the grocery store and I went to get some limes and it was in a bin and it said 79 cents each. And I was like, for limes? And then I looked at the tag and it was mistagged. It was 79 cents for it was 79 cents for cucumbers. They just hadn't changed the tag yet. I just about had a heart attack. I did a teaspoon of garlic powder. I usually put garlic in it, but I did not today. And salt. And I know this seems really weird to put pepper in on already like a salsa already, but beautiful. Oh, holy henna. Oh, holy henna. We're gonna taste this right now. It's pretty good. I need some more salt. I may need a little more lime. Got a little bit of spice. I don't know if that's from the jalapeños or if that's from the black pepper, but alright, I looked and I did not have another lime, but I had some lime juice. We hadn't had good guac in a minute. Those avocados are perfect. That is beautiful. I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to clean this up and we're going to start on the next thing. Well, come over here. See how that got watery? There was vinegar standing underneath it. Just want to mix that all back together. All right. And chorizo right there. Let's get that fried up. All right, see how that's just starting to smell like chorizo in here. All right, so let's look at these taters. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of butter in there. Not much because I won't need much because we're going to mix the chorizo with this. And the chorizo is plenty fatty. And I'm going to add some cheese. This is just mozzarella cheese. So add that in. We'll see if we need more. I also need to taste it. It definitely needs more salt. All right, I'm going to put a little bit of milk in that. I don't want to put too much. We want some good mashed taters. Mashed cheesy taters. Y'all see that cheese just coming off of there? I think we had plenty of cheese. See the cheese coming off of there? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. A little bit more salt. Beautiful. That's the best part about using mozzarella cheese. It just slides right off of everything. That's so good. This burner is not on. I just put the lid back on to keep those mashed potatoes warm. All right, so this chorizo is cooking up good. I'm going to go ahead and add the onions in there so then that way they get cooked really well in there. Beautiful. All right, let's let that cook for a little bit. While that's doing that, I'm going to warm up tortillas in the microwave. All right. Now the cool thing about chorizo is I don't even have to, about this chorizo, I don't even have to drain it because it just soaks up all that grease. All right, so now this chorizo, we will put it right into all right. I have never made them like this. I've always fried my potatoes. So I'm really excited to see what this is going to be like. All right. Oops. So we are just going to mix this. I didn't add any other seasonings to my potatoes because the chorizo has so much flavor in it. Oh, that smells amazing. Look at that. That is beautiful. Look at that. Almost looks like refried beans. Of course, we have to taste this. Let's try it. That's really good. All right, guys. Oh my goodness. All right, so warm these up. Ooh, these got a little soggy. Warm these up in the microwave so then that way they will fold easier. See how they're, as you would say in Spanish, blanditos now? Pliable. That's a good word. Rusty said pliable. He is absolutely right. I'm going to take a tablespoon. We're just going to pick it up on the back of the spoon. You got to think tamales, right? Pick it up on the back of the spoon. Spread it on. Close it up. You warm them up so then that way, like I said, they're more pliable and they won't break when you fold them in half. You know, if you get a cold corn tortilla, you know how it breaks. Ooh, those are hot. I want to make a bunch of them and then come back. I have never made them like this, so I'm really excited to try this. Like I said, we've always fried the potatoes with the chorizo, kind of almost like a picadillo. So, yeah, so this is exciting. And I've never fried the tacos because I've always just made them with flour tortillas, which is more like a burrito around here, but down south that's a taco. All right, look, I got a whole stack of them. Let's check this oil. It's been, here we go. Oh, see that? Beautiful. Use my big tweezers here that my brother got me. And this is why I wanted to use my big pan. This is my 12-inch from Pampered Chef. All right. Let those fry for a couple of minutes on that side, and then I'll flip them over. All right. Look at that. Let's start with this backward. All right. I am putting them on a cooling rack because I don't want to lose the crunchy. I don't want them to get soggy. So I'm just going to set them together. Now you will have residue in your grease. You might need to turn it down a little or it's going to start popping at you. And you can actually skim this stuff out in between batches. Yes. All right, you guys, so here it is. Tacos de papas con chorizo and guacamole and some cheese on top. I'm finishing them up. This one's Rusty's here. Look at these beautiful dishes. One of my best friends, Megan, went to South Texas and brought back some beautiful dishes. I'm so excited about them. Mama doesn't like her guac on top. She likes it on the side. And not very much. So she only got 2. But we got plenty. And Rusty's going to give these a whirl. Rusty and Mom. All right. I'm still cooking. I got to get the rest of these done. You guys go ahead. Try them out. Let me know what you think. Oh, man. Did you hear that crunch?
Mm-hmm.
That crunch is beautiful. That's why I put them on a cooling rack rather than right on paper towels because I don't like them to get mushy. I want them to stay crunchy. I only have 3 left to make. So did that chorizo make okay? The pan chorizo? Good deal.
I already gave it 2 thumbs up.
Yay! Yeah? It'd probably be better with a... I do like that.
I like that.
I think it'd be better with the salsa instead of the guac. Something to kind of dip it in, maybe.
I don't know. I kind of like it this way.
The consistency is a little different using the mashed potatoes. But I like it. I think it's pretty good. So all around the mulberry bush, the monkey chased the weasel. The monkey thought was all in fun. Papa's con chorizo. Here it is. All right, you guys, I hope you like our videos. If you do, please hit the like button.
Subscribe if you haven't already.
I caught you like a waiter.
Yep.
I don't know the rest of it. Share with your friends.
Leave us some comments. Let us know what you think of this recipe. Like Rachel said it was pretty easy. It just took some time.
Yeah, I think I left this going. Oh, I did. But it was about an hour. It's the frying and stuff.
Yeah, but this is very, very good. Very authentic flavors.
Yes. It would be good with like some rice and beans, but it's going to be pretty filling anyway because it just has mashed potatoes in it.
Yes.
So, but anyway, until next time, you guys, God bless.
See ya.